feud that takes place within a relationship, that love versus lust, or that feeling of what love is supposed to have been, where you just can't draw the line and say that you're going to be completely selfish or selfless, because it's fucked up. It's just crazy. And when you look at love is a selfish thing in any way you categorize it, because if you're taking the time to devote yourself to something that could bring you back, that gives you something in return. So you're not doing it as a selfless act. Even when you donate money to a charity organization, people consider that selfless, but it still makes them feel good when they do it. You know what I mean? They're doing it for the better of somebody else, but it's making themselves feel good too. So, I mean, let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
It's really good to get into this stuff because, I mean, you don't meet many Satanists, you know, and I think that's one of the things that's most I find really interesting about you, is just that it's a really good opportunity for me to, you know, whether I agree with you or not, to learn about something, you know, in a detailed way that I otherwise would only be able to learn about from books. And hearing it from somebody's mouth is a lot different, and it's a very different type of learning. But another thing I wanted to ask you about is how being a Satanist sort of affects your day-to-day life, and, you know, adversity that you might have faced because of it, or opposition. And I know you have a tattoo on your face with two black lines going under each eye, and then 3 lines right underneath the bottom of your bottom lip. To somebody like me, I'm into weird stuff, so when I saw your tattoo, I was like, oh, you know, it's a little bit out there, but I think it's cool. But like, I can imagine, you know, going through your day-to-day life and being intermingled with, you know, people who might not be open to that type of thing, might present a struggle for you. So if you could just talk a little bit about that, what it's like being you on a day-to-day basis, not necessarily related to being a Satanist, but just to having, you know, your image and the way you look.
The tattoo, I have to explain the meaning behind it. It comes from viewing, just being able to see the whole world and look at certain things that other people look past, or certain things that people will try to mourn over. They'll mourn for a little while and then that's it. But me, on the other hand, I'm gothic as well. I wear nothing but black clothes is in my closet. You know what I mean? I don't wear nothing else but black clothes down to the socks, you know? And the reason for this is because it's my way of paying my respects for the dying and the dead. You know what I'm saying? Once I put these black clothes on, I'm ready for death myself. So it's like I'm mourning my own death, and I'm mourning the death of many others that are dying every moment that passes by in this world. And the tears, they have tears that are tattooed to my face. And the reason for that is because I've seen images of babies born deformed, because of certain chemicals and the bombs that were utilized during war. And just seeing people in wheelchairs, seeing the elderly, and just their struggle of day to day getting up, trying to move around and take care of their bodies. Just seeing, you know, just people being tortured, just images of slavery, whips that are on the back from being whipped, just all sorts of things like that. It created an intense amount of pain in my life, and the way that I express that pain is by crying about it. And that's like, I'm crying all the time for that reason. And some people won't understand that, but it's just like self-mutilation. A lot of people don't understand that either. And it feels good to self-mutilate. I'm a self-mutilator myself, so it feels good for me to express my sorrow in this world, and to let it be known that I'm feeling the sorrow to this world as well. So that's something that I've done that I'm doing, and that's something that I've done, and that's something that I won't regret. It's not about the way that the tattoo looks, it's about the meaning behind it. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that.
Have you had any experiences where people that you don't know have commented on your tattoo, or sort of had a less than positive reaction to the way you look?
Yes, I have. It's not a good feeling to have people against you, but I've had it happen. Some people will just laugh at you. Some people will try to talk to you and be like, "What's wrong with you?" Other people will throw things at you. I've had something be thrown at me one time, and I dealt with it as calmly as I could. I tried to deal with these ingrates and these people that they just don't understand, you know what I mean? So it's like you can't really explain yourself to somebody that doesn't have the time to listen to you. It's pretty much going to be a hard thing for you to try to go out of your way and please someone, because that's what I'd be doing. I'd be pleasing them by expressing myself to them more, because whether they realize it or not, that's what they want, is to get understanding. I've had people say some weirdo shit like, "Where's the Halloween party?" You know what I mean? And I just deal with it as calmly as possible, because Satan is always a gentleman. You know what I mean? And that's how I stand, man. I'm the gentleman. I have to be that courteous person, a smooth dude. You know what I mean? And not even stress it. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. I've had some negative experiences.
That's really interesting to hear, because I think it's when I remember the first time I spoke to you on the phone. We had connected through the internet and trying to set up a time to do music, and I didn't think it was you, because I had only, the way your vocals sound and the way your speaking voice sounds are so different. You're kind of soft spoken and very polite. When you get on the mic, it's like this pretty much a ferocious beast. I think what makes your music so unique on the vocal level is just how crazy your MC voice sounds. I think that's really the appeal of your music, is just combining with the dark beats and just how heavy and intense your voice is. So maybe if since we're speaking on hip hop, if you could talk a little bit about what got you into MCing, and who your influences were.
Definitely. I have the influences that I have are mainly from dark poetry. I was on this website. I ended up getting into a battle with a whole bunch of poets on there, because they were being ignorant, and I started to be ignorant too, and I started to disrespect them because they were disrespecting me. And that's what a Satanist does, is we fight back, man. We're not going to get slapped and turn the other cheek. We're going to fight you back. And that's what I do. I don't let nobody dominate. I have to be the dominator. You know what I'm saying? I have to be the one that's going to be in your face if you want to be ignorant. You know what I mean? But more times than not, like I said, I'm that gentleman. I'm the smooth guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rant and rave, and I'm gonna just watch till the time is right to strike. But yeah, my influences come from dark poetry, man. Watching these dark poets online, I was watching, just reading their poems and stuff, and it was really inspirational for me. I heard the Holocaust way back, like when I was younger. His rhyme was on the Silkworm track, the Holocaust, and it was an ill track. I still remember it from back then. It was just an impressive rhyme that he did on that Bobby Digital album. I ended up getting the album, the Blue Sky Black Death album, that presented the Holocaust on it, by my friend the Naked Baboon. Shout out to him and all my peoples as well. But I got that album from him, and it was really amazing, because I was already taking notes and I had my poems written. And then when I heard Holocaust, it was like, wow, look at the way he does it. He does it similar to what I have in mind. But there's definitely a difference between me and anybody else, because I wasn't trying to sound like anybody. I wanted to be unique and original. I wanted to express the darkest words that I'm gonna say before I die. You know, this is the way